today I got up with an unsettling feeling. I really didn't knew what it was. I tried to ignore it as best as I could and went on with my day. I went ahead, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and went to the kitchen because my mom was making breakfast. She asked if I wanted to eat something, to which I replied, no, I don't feel like it. And then I came back into my room where my brother was sitting on my PC and he told me that Akira has passed away. Now to me that sounded like my friend Akira has passed away. And I was just like, my brain just stopped there for a split second, and then he followed up by saying Akira Toriyama has died. And those words, it took some time to sink in, but I was just in massive shock. Me and my brother just sat down and we had a talk. And it's funny that few days earlier we were talking about how Dragon Ball Z had a massive impact on our childhood. I remember when we were kids, I used to pretend that I'm Goku and he's Vegeta, and we used to, it's just something we felt resonated with. It had quite a large impact on our childhood. Anyways, we talked for a few hours and he went to get some sleep. And I didn't want to be alone, so I opened my Facebook. I was scrolling down through my timeline and my friends were paying their tribute and homages to Akira, and it made me really happy. There were some great fan arts. And while I was scrolling, I came across these two letters. I'll read them to you guys. And these are one of the reasons I am making this video. These moved me to tears. Now, I'm not a guy who cries very easily, but I feel like these act as an ambassador for my feelings, and I'm pretty sure you guys will agree as well. Reading them, just I can only imagine what Akira's friends and family are going through. So I hope they find peace and solace. And I just want to read out these letters to you guys. I find them very beautiful and I think they must be shared. Kishimoto writes, to be honest, I don't know what to write or how to write about this all of a sudden. However, for now, I would like to express my thoughts and feelings to Toriyama sensei. Something I wish he would have asked me someday. I grew up with Dr. Slump in the lower grades of elementary school and Dragon Ball in the upper grades, and it was natural for me to have his manga next to me as a part of my life. Even if I had a bad experience, watching Dragon Ball every week made me forget about it. It was a relief for me, a country boy who had nothing, because Dragon Ball was really fun. It was when I was a university student, suddenly the Dragon Ball that had been a part of my life for so many years ended. I felt an incredible sense of loss and didn't know what to look forward to, but at the same time, it was also an opportunity for me to truly understand the greatness of a teacher who created Dragon Ball. I also want to create work like yours. I want to be like my teacher. As I followed in my teacher's footsteps and aspired to become a manga artist, that feeling of loss began to disappear. Because making comics was really fun. I was able to find new fun by following my teacher. My teacher has always been my guide. I admired it. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I would like to express my gratitude to my teacher. For me, he was the god of salvation and the god of manga. When we met for the first time, I was so nervous that I couldn't say a word. However, after meeting him many times at the Tezuka Prize screening committee, we became able to talk. As Dragon Ball children, I and Mr. Oda went back to being children again, and when we talked excitedly about how much Dragon Ball was fun, as if we were competing, I forgot how he looked a little embarrassed and smiled at me. I have just received the news of the death of my teacher. I felt an even greater sense of loss than when Dragon Ball ended. I still don't know how to deal with this hole in my heart. Now I can't even read my favorite Dragon Ball. I don't feel like I've been able to properly write this sentence that I want to convey to my teacher. Everyone around the world was still looking forward to seeing your work. If one Dragon Ball wish really comes true, I'm sorry, maybe that's selfish of me, but it is sad, Professor. Thank you, Akira Toriyama sensei, for all the fun works you have done over the past 45 years. And thank you very much for your hard work. We are sure that the remaining family members are still deeply hurt. Please take care of yourself. I pray that Mr. Akira Toriyama may rest in peace. Masashi Kishimoto. And then Oda says, it all still feels too sudden. I feel like a massive hole tore through my heart. The thought of never seeing you again fills me with so much sadness. I admired you so much since I was a child. I distinctly remember the day you called me by my name for the first time. I remember that day walking home, hanging out with Kishimoto-san when you called us friends for the first time. And I remember the last conversation we had. picking up the relay from an age when reading manga was considered a stupid waste of time. You are among those that forged an era where both adults and children alike could read and enjoy this medium, showing me that manga could achieve such things. You made me dream that I could reach the whole world. I felt as if I was witnessing a real superhero pushing forward. Your impact wasn't limited to the manga industry alone. The childhoods of so many creators for several industries were no doubt rooted in the excitement of reading Dragon Ball weekly. Your existence is like a great tree whose branches spread into the sky. To mangaka for a generation like us, standing on the same stage as he did, and the closer we got to Toriyama's work, the more I feel we realized just how much of a presence it had on the industry. It was almost frightening to witness, and yet, at the same time, the man behind it was such an easygoing person. That made me so happy to see. I feel that on a genetic level, we all love Toriyama sensei for who he was. I would like to offer my deepest respect and gratitude for the vibrant, creative world that Toriyama sensei left behind, and pray from the bottom of my heart that he may rest in peace. I hope that heaven is just as pleasant as you envisioned it in your manga. So yeah, those were the words of Oda and Masashi Kishimoto. And while we are on the topic, I also want to take a moment to express my sincerest gratitude towards Akira Toriyama. So thank you so much for the incredible impact you had on my life. Growing up, your creations filled my days with fun and joy, especially Dragon Ball Z. It became an important part of my childhood, and it shaped my perspective on many important things. Your characters and the world you crafted, resonated deeply within me, especially your character Goku. To be honest, he had the most impact on me. His unwavering determination and his boundless optimism, and also his willingness to fight for what he believed in. All of those things, in my opinion, left an undeniable mark on my young mind. Through him, I will say I learned the importance of never giving up, no matter what the odds were. And while I express my gratitude, I also believe that Akira's craft has extended far beyond his individual presence. True artists like him create things that transcends their own existence, and in my humble opinion, that's what makes him so great. The universe he brought to life will continue to inspire generations to come. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, Akira, for making my childhood truly amazing and for instilling in me values that have shaped the person I am today. Your legacy will live on for sure, so rest in peace.